Hello my YouTube beauties and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a tutorial on the products that I am currently loving. If you remember back a few videos ago, I mentioned that I wasn't gonna do monthly favorites anymore just because I felt like it took up too many videos on my channel. So I came up with the idea that every couple months I will sit down and do a tutorial on the current products that I'm loving so I can still share with you guys products that I am enjoying, but it's not an every month thing because I feel like it does take a couple months for me to really get into a new product. This is the makeup that I came up with using all of the products that I'm currently loving. So I hope you guys enjoy it and let's get started with the video. So first we're going to go in with eyes. I'm going to use this Hidden Treasures palette. It is thebomb.com. It's by Dose of Colors. I love these shades, especially this gold coin shade. Oh, I think I just made a new sound. I've never made that sound before. So I'm just going to put some eyeshadow primer on my lids. This is the Urban Decay primer potion that I always use. First, I'm going to take this Locket shade right there and put that in my crease to give it a little bit of definition. These mattes are amazing. I have never used a better matte formula than these guys. And they are super, super pigmented. Now the reason I'm doing my eyes first is because this palette has a lot of fallout. Just with the formula of the shimmers, it's like a pressed pigment almost. I'm going to take this MAC 217 brush and start putting some of this shade right here called Key in my outer V. Then I'm going to take some of this Onyx Black right here and put that in the outer V just slightly. Okay, so since the outer V's of our eyes are done, I'm gonna go in with this shade called Coin. It is a beautiful gold color and you have to use your hands for this. You have to use your fingers because it is so like a pigment that it's crazy. You need very, very little of this shade to really make an impact. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with that Key shade to darken out the edges because we did cover up some of that with the pigment. So we are done with our lids. Super easy, really takes no time at all. You just have to be careful because there is fallout from the eyeshadow. So I'm going to zoom you out and we'll do our face. So the foundation I've been loving recently is this Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation. This is awesome. The first time I used it, I used a brush and that was not the way to go. Have to use a beauty blender with this guy. It does not give you the coverage that you are hoping for because it is so serum-y that you just have to use a beauty blender. And this is the one I've been loving as well. It's the Morphe blending sponge. I don't know exactly what it's called, but this is awesome for blending foundation. It's replaced my beauty blender. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of this Dermaclear Dr. Jart micro water and run this under my eyes to get rid of the fallout. I love my little hairs. Like, they just don't fit up here. They just don't. So I look like I have a mullet. Okay, so I'm going to take this on the back of my hand. Like I said, it is really serum-y, and take it on the Morphe sponge and just start working this into the skin. This foundation is more of a light coverage when you first put it on, but it's buildable and it's easy to do it because it blends so easy. I don't think I've used my beauty blender since I started using this sponge. I'm just gonna go back in and cover up some of the areas that are still kind of red, and your face is going to look dewy when you first put this foundation on, but once it sets into your skin, it looks matte. It does, I promise. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, and funny story about this, I just got this and I like it a lot, so that's why I'm including it in this video, but I think this is not the right shade for me. Like, this is white. This is the shade Fair Beige, and the lady in the store is like, we have the concealer shade that everyone is buying all the time and it's always out of stock, so here you go. And I'm like, cool, and I didn't even like look at it. I'm happy that it wasn't a dark skin tone shade, but I think this is a little light for my under eyes, so I use very little. I'm not going to waste this product because it was expensive. I just don't use that much because you see how light it is. And this really does cover my dark circles pretty well, so that's kind of why I'm fighting through the light shade. It's going to put the excess up here to even it out. So the powder I cannot get away from. It's the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Setting Powder. I mentioned this in my Best of Beauty 2016 video. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my powder brush. I love this brush. I have not used a different powder brush since I've started using this. It's the Too Faced Mr. Right brush, and I love the little bow tie. It is the cutest. Next, we are going to go in with bronzer, and there is one palette I've been loving. It's the Tarte Park Ave Princess. I think this is volume 1. I don't know. I know they have more than one, but I think this is the first one. It looks like this, and this contour powder is amazing. It's so good. I'm going to take this big fluffy Morphe 527 brush and just start working this into my cheeks. I even use this just as an all-over bronzer, not just as a contour. Then we are going in with a blush, and I have been absolutely loving this blush right here. It's from the Champagne Pop Jaclyn Hill collab palette thing. It's the Amaretto blush right now. For the highlights, I am going in with the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighting powder in Precious Petals. You guys, I found my favorite highlight. I thought that my favorite highlight was either Champagne Pop or the Wet n Wild Fergie Hollywood Boulevard one, but I think this may have taken its place. I used this twice and I can't put it. I mean, it is so pretty, and it matches my skin tone almost perfectly, so it doesn't even look like a highlight. It just looks like a glow from within. Like, it's the shade of my skin, and so it just looks like I'm glowing rather than having a highlight. Oh, it is so pretty. Like, look at that. It is so pretty. You guys, I forgot to use my primer. Ugh. Okay, I was going to use the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is a primer that I have been loving. Well, there goes that. I'll show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. It's blended in. It is so smooth. It's almost like the Makeup Forever primer, the skin smoothing one. It feels like that. It was, I think, 12 bucks, so it's more expensive. It's a little jar, but you guys, this makes my foundation apply so well. I'm surprised that this foundation applied so well without primer. This is the primer I was going to use. I'm so sorry I forgot it, but yes, this primer is awesome. I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is all I use for my brows, and it's in soft brown. I use the Benefit Give Me Brow also, like when I'm more in a hurry and I don't have time to sit here and carve out my brows. I feel like this is always just going to be one of in my favorite videos because I don't ever stray from using this. Then I'm setting them with the Clear Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This stuff is amazing at setting your brows, and I think I'm running out, so that's a bummer because this stuff is always out of stock. Okay, so back to this palette, I'm going to take this shade called Key right here and put that under my lower lash line, and then I think I'm going to buff it out with this one right here called Lock-It. Where's the brush with the thing? This is the brush with the thing I was looking for. Put this really close to my lower lash line, like as close as I can get it. I am going to put a little bit of that black onyx shade at the outer part of my eye. Then I'm going to take Locket, like I said before, and just buff that in. I love this eye look. It's so dramatic, but it's so pretty. Now I'm going to put on some mascara and curl my lashes, and I will be right back. Now we have mascara on. I'm going to take a black eyeliner, and probably, to be honest, probably going to be the Marc Jacobs highliner, because that's all I use. His eyeliner formula is amazing. Then put the mascara on the lower lash line. For lipstick, I'm going to use the BUXOM Bold Gel Lipstick Matte in Sinful Cinnamon. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on my future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!